A royal welcome. Alice is inclined to keep a close eye on the Queen. Well, having established that we should be wary, we could use more information. So let's head to this place, the outskirts, and see what we can learn. Perhaps about Sphene as well. Always the realist, Alice? I think Alice is slightly jealous that she's not dressed up like a techno fairy queen princess. A techno fairy queen. I think she's just a little upset that her drip is not quite at the level of Sphene's. Old Town. I like the music. I think she'd kill someone who's made to wear a dress, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest, I think there's a higher likeliness of Alphino wearing a dress willingly than Alice wearing a dress willingly. And there is a non-zero chance that we could get a Stinian to fucking put a dress on. Could you imagine? That'd be fucking hilarious. His hairy, manly legs. Tell a Stinian that it's popular fashion. Vanguard casting gear plus Manderville rapier. Bancred likes playing dress up too. Urianger is already wearing one. Bancred will just borrow it from one of his one night stands, and Urianger will just wear what he always does. All we have to do is tell Estinian that he gets to make friends with a new dragon if he puts the dress on. He'd probably wear the dress as long as we wear something equally embarrassing. That's the thing is, I think Alphino would wear it and he wouldn't even be embarrassed. Estinian, maybe not. A most unusual farm, but the produce appears normal enough. Dost thou perchance hath an inkling for a femboy? It's a relief to see the people here are well, at least. Jesus, that's fucking sinister. That's not good music. The innovations of Alexandria are nothing short of extraordinary. Have you ever seen such strange contraptions? I wonder what this one's used for. I think it's to water their crops. Those brick buildings. I've seen their like before, though I cannot remember where. Where? Those brick buildings. I remember them from before, but what the fucking fuck are they fuck? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Is that a fucking cat? Is that a fucking cat? 160 arms to the south? To the south? Oh, to the south. Can I get up over there? For watering crops dastardly. They seem evil. We have been invaded by the forces of evil! Evil! Bondo. It's what crops crave. It's what the plants crave. Bondo's got what plants crave. What's that? Electrolytes. It's what the plants crave. You have any water? Like from the toilet? What? Yeah, I guess. Like, yeah, from the toilet. I trust you have similar farming facilities in Tyrol. They're completely different from ours. I've got no idea what all those machines do. We settled on this approach after some trial and error. The Turali have their own methods of farming, which they wanted to continue employing. But the environment makes it challenging. There's too much rain and not enough light. Thankfully, the use of electropy has allowed us to fortify the buildings here, as well as provide what nature cannot. What? Electropy. It's a material we use for myriad devices and applications. Topic for another time, perhaps. If you would follow me, we're nearly to the outskirts. Electrope. Thanks, chat. I'm gonna say electropy just to bother you. I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. God, this music sounds like so... It gets like so heavy. They clearly have no problem growing monsters. Yeah, it's quite. And then there's the pile of leaves upon which it sits. Is that a ranch? Kipewi? What am I saying? I like your gear, kind of. It's like a recolored... I want that. Our livestock aren't bothered at all by the lightning. On the other hand, people from Everkeep tend to be terrified by even the slightest rumblings of thunder. What the fuck is that? Is that your fucking Neuralink? The fuck is that? I'm worried that they're like not real bodies, or that they're like robot bodies, or that they're mind controlled, or something. Something fucking weird. That's weird, bro. I don't like that. It's like some android shit. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know what that is. How do I don't know, bro. I don't know. Robot immortality is fucking scary, and I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's absolutely fine. Everything's fine. They all fucking have one. Oh my god, they all have one. Yup Yikana? Yeah. Oh, you have an interest in our farmland? I'll tell you anything you want to know. What kind of place is this? This is Yupie's Halo, an important part of life here in the outskirts. I work alongside Shalosi, who runs the place, and we cultivate a variety of vegetables here. With the help of electrope technology, we make most of what the land has to offer, and support those who call this place home. They also grow produce inside Everkeep, but it's not the same as the plants originally from Tural. This farmland is mainly used for cultivating Turali vegetables using traditional methods. What do they grow in there? Tell me about yourself. You want to know about me? There's not much to tell, but I'm... Kana? I've always had a fondness for growing things, and I've gotten quite good at cooking various types of produce. I can also tell how fresh vegetables are just by looking at them. Mahusa. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better job. Fresh air, and I get to spend most of my day with these darling Ranik. Just feel Truman Show-esque. Smoking that Alexandrian Zaza. Smoking that Everkeep Kush. Shit ain't nothing to me, man. 100% Himalayan. Everkeep Ward. Okay. It's a rather lively settlement, isn't it? In defiance of this ceaseless gloom, almost. It's a relief to see the people here are well. Hopefully the same can be said for everyone in Yasutani. Wait a second, guys. Wait a second. If we're in here and time is flowing differently, yo, this could be bad. Relativity could be bad here. Have we considered this yet? Why haven't we started talking about that? If time is flowing differently here, we could come back and fucking Alphino could be twice your age. What the fuck? Okay, we have to hurry. We have to be fast in here. We have no idea how long this is gonna be. Oh fuck. This is Tanawatan village, or at least it was. Before the dome and these strange contraptions. I'll admit, I've seen nothing particularly suspicious yet. It's fascinating how they've combined traditional bricklaying with electro-based engineering. A curious blending of two cultures. Yeah, dude, something about this is not right. Ooh, what's this song?
Here we are. Though you'll doubtless find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
This is FF9 music? Banger.
Queen Sphene? What business brings her here, I wonder?
The Queen has come!
You look well, Paquine. And Katonye, I see you've already taken to your new position.
When she introduced herself as queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Lamachi.
Me?
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people.
Watch them be shards of one another, dude.
And
That'd be
I
so
should
weird.
like to know them as best I can.
Um,
Even the most trifling details.
The more you come to know them, the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put.
And it would appear that she is well loved in turn.
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence. And who are these fine people?
Tuliolo's vow of resolve Wuk Lamat and her companions. They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
The rumors of a link to the outside are true, then. Rook Lamont is still so young. Where are my manners? I am Papone, a leader of sorts of the people living out here.
Papone? That is a ton of Wautenrig to it.
Right you are. I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of Kiwa?
Kiwa. Fuck me.
Kiwa. I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
Oh. Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Yasulani are alive and well.
They're here to kill the king.
Your mother, you say? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
You know my mother?
I do. Yes.
Then tell me, please, where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
I have a question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the dome first appeared?
The barrier? Well, I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake. Then the ground began to tremble. There was a brilliant flash of light, and then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
You needn't push yourself, Papone. After 30 years, no one could blame you for not
30
remembering.
years. Relative in here.
30 years? As in 30 years in the past?
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago. Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoralja's military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
Okay, so they did build that there. Okay, nice.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself
Oh, he'd been
is an
gone.
unforeseen blessing.
For a long time. That's why he said that.
30 years. Little wonder Zoralja assumed our father had already passed away.
It's not unlike how time passes differently in the First and the Source. The fluctuating space of the rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence. Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome.
Meaning this is a piece of another reflection? Do you suppose time is still passing faster in here? Yeah, we need to be careful.
I was able to make contact with Y'shtola not long ago via link pearl, so that shouldn't be cause for concern.
Are they really?
And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the Source's temporal flow.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information.
Let's hope you're right, Krahatia.
Sphene, Would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople?
By all means.
Time to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
I assume personally time synced the moment the dome got next to the outside. That's like exactly what was just said. Yeah, they're saying that when they did all that and linked it in a way to get out of it,
And
that
its
the
people.
time became
I may
equal.
yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Yasolani.
Lame, dude. Whatever. I think that's lame.
Even if I don't understand the half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zorolja.
There's just always some, you know, oh, it's just synced
Perhaps
up.
you
Oh,
care
so-
to see how
why
we
the
make
fuck-
our living.
Bothers me.
Though we have always prided ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods, the use of electro-fueled technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
I would join you as well.
Ma'am, please, you needn't trouble yourself.
She seems so out of
It's
place.
no trouble at all. And I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
Of course. I shall proceed with the utmost care.
Yeah, I don't really care about the gameplay limitations. I just
Now
wish
then,
that they
if you
would
two
play
will
on the
follow
risk
me,
more.
We can begin the tour.
I think it would have been more interesting to hold it as a possible threat for longer, rather than just like immediately get rid of it, you know?
I can't say that I trust her yet, but I trust that her affection for these people is genuine. And that's enough for me.
I think that just adds another layer of interest. You know? If we go in here and do this, we might, you know, we might come back to a Tuliolal that's not even there anymore, you know? It's like, is what we're doing to save where we're coming from worth risking not being able to come back to it or something? I just think that would be interesting. Yeah, like lightning trees. Yeah, at this point, I'm not this. So I'm gonna say this. This feels almost like remember when I was in the Tempest, like closing in on Emerald, and I had that glitch and I could see Emerald. Of course you remember. So this is like that, where the characters are sitting there like kind of staring into the fucking void, being like, there's no sign of anything here. And I'm like, what do you mean? There's a fucking city right over there. Except it's not a glitch. We're just like blatantly ignoring that every single fucking person has one of these things on their head. Like, I guess we're about to probably address that, but no one has thought about that yet. Like, okay. Like, okay. I'm assuming that's coming up here pretty soon. Touring farmlands with the queen of another nation is not how I expected to spend my day. But it works the other way around. Time passed faster in the barrier, so if anything, we'd come back after weeks and people would be like, what, you're already back? You just left. Oh, right, I have the relativity backwards. The time spent in here is way faster relative to the outside. Yeah, I have it backwards. Electrope has done much to improve the efficiency of their farming. It hasn't replaced everything. The people wanted to preserve their old way of life, and we did not want to force ours upon them. You went to such lengths so that our cultures could coexist, even going so far as to learn our tongue. I'm sure everyone appreciated that. Communication was thankfully not an issue, for the Turali tongue is surprisingly similar to Alexandrian. Of course, there are words and phrases for which there is no equivalent, but those can be taught with minimal effort. Though, through mutual respect, understanding, and patience, we Alexandrians and Turali have learned a great deal from one another. And I'm sure there is much you wish to learn as well. So please, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask. So I feel like this zone and the premise of what is occurring, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this is cooler to FF9 players. I feel like I'll just say it's really different than FF9. Not particularly. This is quite different from anything in 9. This bears absolutely no resemblance to 9. So what about this character that I'm talking to? For what it's worth, I know nothing about 9. I enjoyed it a lot by the end. Okay. I'm concerned. I just don't want Endwalker patch content type shit. There's some 9 references, but playing 9 won't make you like it more, I think. Okay. She has a parallel in 9, but it's nowhere near 1-to-1. Okay. Sphene's clearly a different gemstone than Garnet. Well, and there you go. It has a lot of FF9 caster eggs, but that's all. That's thematic draws. Wouldn't really say you're missing anything, just some slight references, musical similarities. Okay. Okay. I think it's only the alpha mostly. If anything, I think playing this first may help you appreciate 9 more in the future compared to doing it the other way around. That would be nice for a change. There is a portion of this zone that has some one-to-one references in a way that hit you really hard if you're a 9 fan. I see. Just swap and dissension. Oh boy. Yeah, there's triple triad even here in wherever the fuck we are. Card. Fuck. At least this guy's fucking free. Playing DT really made me want to replay 9 again. It's my favorite, but I'm trying to hold out for the remake. Yeah, that's kind of why I haven't played it either. FF9 had it as well, so I'm not surprised. FF9 NPCs realizing how much Tetramaster sucked. Give me the fucking card. Well, that's good that you don't have to understand a bunch of 9 references. I was just a little worried there, so it's good to know. Nice. Sentry R8. You beat me. Still, your style's a lot like my friend's. I wonder if he's been enjoying life while I've been stuck in here. Day in the life. Sphene is eager to show you around. Rather than bore you with lengthy explanations, let us head back to the farm we passed earlier. How do you say this? Iupjes? Is the first Y an E? Iupje? I have no fucking idea. Yaktel already has some Makalania vibes and it's great. That's how Aaronville says Yasulani. Yupye. Yasulani Yupye. That's okay. Think you might hit 99 after this quest? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think so. Yupye's Halo, it's called. We can speak with one of the farmers when we arrive. I guess we're off to Yupye's Halo. Swear to God, some of these names made the Fallout New Vegas perk Sneering Imperialist become real. Look at the town with people in it. Now let's look at this farm with crops and animals. We just came from this way. Are you gonna want to craft that 100 set, or do you want to make your own? Oh, to make my own, I'm gonna have to get all of these, most of these, a couple of them anyway, to max. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. I'm not really like in a rush to do any content that really requires gear, so I don't know. I'll think about it. What do you suppose they keep inside this building? I don't know. Here we are. I'm sure you'll learn a great deal from the workers here. Allow me to introduce you to Mahusa, one of the most experienced farmhands in all of Alexandria. She's well versed in myriad farming techniques. Indeed, the wealth of knowledge she has shared with the other farmers is what has allowed this place to flourish. Queen Sphene, to what do I owe this sudden shower of praise? My apologies for the interruption. I am come with guests from beyond the barrier. They wish to learn more of Alexandria, and so I invited them to see how our crops are grown. I do hope that's all right. So the rumors of visitors from the outside were true. What manner of hosts would we be to deny them a look around? And I gather your majesty also intended to check on things here? You know me too well, Mahusa. I thought to seize this opportunity to see how the farmers fare, and perhaps pepper them with a few questions, though I do so enjoy observing and taking part in the work too. It would appear we have her permission, so please walk the grounds to your heart's content. You go on ahead. I'll keep Sphene company. Okay. Don't misunderstand, I'm not the suspicious type. But given our positions, it would make sense for us to go around together, wouldn't you say? A fair point, but be sure not to let me out of your sight. I shall remain under Wuklamot's watchful eye. Pray, come find us after you've seen your fill and spoken with the other farmhands. I keep wondering that, Johnny. What's written on, like, there's something written on the back of her, like, outfit. And I can't tell if it's on her outfit or if it's on her skin. But I can't tell what it says. Elias? Clouds. It's been transcribed. Light levels appear to be fine. As for the power source... You wish to know about my job? I tend to the fields mostly, watering the crops, keeping the soil fertile, and so on. Admittedly, it took some time until I fully understood how to best carry out my duties. I also manage the lamps we use in the fields. We do our best to keep everything up to code, but should they ever start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. The land and sky being what they are, ensuring a rich harvest makes for constant work. But honestly, I enjoy how involved the process is. Both my parents being Alexandrian, I didn't grow up knowing much of anything about farming. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. Service eternal, many souls, one heart, Alexandria. Well, that's not good. And her name? Sphene Alexandros 14. Oh, an unfamiliar face. I gather this is your first time on site, then. Well, this here's the storehouse, or rather the entrance. The real storehouse is underground. Much more spacious, and equipped with a temperature regulation system to keep the harvest from spoiling. Since the entrance is so small, it's much easier to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside, which also makes it a viable facility for breeding and raising livestock. We've even got a few beds down there for emergencies. My parents often complain about how Alexandrian technology and electrope complicate our lives, but it's just a matter of learning how things work. Take my job, for instance. I'm presently overseeing the storage of harvested crops. They'll be taken up to the tower for processing, and from there find their way to every dining table in Alexandria. The work is hard, I'll not deny, but I take great satisfaction in what we do. Alexandros was also an epithet of Hera. That's not necessarily always a good thing. Protector of the people, humanity, if you look at Greek mythology. Also an epithet of Hera. They're saying that you and yours are visitors from beyond the barrier. That true? So it is. Which means we're connected to the outside world again. Not that I have a desire to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with life here in Alexandria. But setting that aside, you're here to observe our work, right? As you can see, I'm in charge of our livestock. Here at UPA's Halo, we produce not only fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry, and eggs. Tending the animals is an absolute joy, but I have to be careful not to grow attached. It's always a little sad when they're shipped off, but a job is a job. Well, I need to get back to it, but it was nice talking to you. Please give my regards to the Queen. Okay. Not from an English-speaking country. I'm unsure what you mean by epithet. It means... It says, so if I look it up, it says an adjective or descriptive phrase expressing a quality characteristic of the person or thing mentioned. Not sure if that's... Epithet in Greek is descriptive term, word or phrase accompanying or occurring in place of a name. It's like a nickname. Or secondary name. It's a shame Kona's not here to see all these bizarre contraptions. The Great Sargeras, Anshe, yeah. I see. Don't be too hard on yourself. Anyone would have been hard-pressed to deal with such a thing. Oh, welcome back. My apologies for failing to notice your return. I gather you've had your fill of speaking with the farmers? Then let us return to Mahusa. Kona'd be cooming. Well, what are your impressions of the farm? Everything was surprisingly normal. I was amazed that everyone loves their work. Everyone seems to, yeah, just be perfectly content and happy doing what they do. A curious observation. Do you not love your own work? I mean... Haha. Oh, but I jest. It's true that the people of the outskirts seem the most fulfilled. Always, they take to their duties with good cheer. And what did you think of our little tour, Lamachi? How the fuck do you know that? What did you call me? Was that inappropriate? My apologies. I heard the others call you by that name, and I thought... No, it's fine. As you said before, we've no need for titles and formalities. Imagine spending all your life without weather, never seeing the real sun. Yeah, dude, that's depressing as fuck. As for my thoughts, I was very impressed. That machines could be used to overcome so harsh an environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. The feeling's understandable. Indeed, many still find the machinery behind me baffling. It's a system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though. Acting up, you say? You needn't worry, my queen. It happens fairly often. Put simply, it's taken in water that had a strong lightning charge. We think some creatures have become charged up with the energy and they're releasing it into the river we use as a source. The system would return to normal if the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to beg it of the army. We could take care of it if you'd like. That is most gracious of you to offer, but it is much too dangerous. Oh, it's no trouble for the vow of resolve of Tuliolal. Regardless of how the relationship between our nations may develop, if there are people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. Electric water, it's Brondo. And Pyro's even stronger than I am. It shouldn't take us long at all. Then very well. I gratefully accept. But please take all care. This ought to go even faster if you and I search for lightning-charged fiends on our own. Good hunting. Okay. We don't even know what we're up against. I do not doubt your strength. Please be careful. Sorry for dragging you into our troubles. If it seems too dangerous, don't hesitate to retreat. Random lady, we just go kill whatever you ask. I'm not that worried about it. Thunder Spirit. Spirit, huh? What did I learn about this place's technology? Farming. But I'm starting to wonder if all their shit runs off soul power, like all of it. This whole, like, the way that they raise cattle and stuff like this, and then they send it off? I'm not sure how I feel about that. I almost wonder if it's being transmitted into energy and being used as a power source. And, like, not the way that you would think it would be. Like, I'm wondering if they actually eat any of this, or they say it makes it to the table of everyone in Alexandria, but I have a feeling that that's not literal. It is, but I'm thinking it's more in the form of like a power source. I don't know if it's for actually farming to eat it. So I'm very sus about that right now. I don't think that this place is normal. Ah, you're both all right. Thank goodness. You really needn't have worried so much. We barely broke a sweat dealing with the fiends. They're all gone now. Of course I was worried. You're my dear guests. But thank you. We truly appreciate this. Indeed. With this, we won't have to ask Saralja's machines for help. He's been making a concerted effort to bolster his forces, sparing but a fraction for the people's protection. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen Sphene. That's enough, Mahusa. If you have grievances, I will hear them later, but to speak of the king now... No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people. Anyway, thanks for letting us tour the farm. The folk here are delightful, and it was a pleasure to meet them. Hey, Draknol, what's up? You couldn't have favored us with more uplifting words. My people are my pride and joy. And you never fail to let us know, nor how much you care. Of course, you're my precious family. All of you. You seem like a good sort, Sphene. That I'll admit. But you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower my guard for the enemy queen just yet. For you to be called that, I dread to imagine what villainy your majesty has committed. Come now, this is no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives, and one wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscionable. Now, I believe we are done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? Yeah, that wasn't fucking weird. What the fuck? Level 99. One more level to go. Oh, it's raining. A very fitting umbrella. Soralja, you bastard. My apologies for laughing earlier. Your friend painted an image so far removed from the Sphene we know, I couldn't help myself. Yeah, I misinterpreted what she was saying initially. On the cloud. Sphene would take you back to the outskirts. Perhaps we should head back to the outskirts. I dare say your friends will also have returned by now. My thanks again for dealing with the fiends. Come and visit us anytime. I do like how they strike this balance of Sphene being so cheery and yet so, in a way, off-putting due to said cheeriness. I feel like one of the characters that it reminds me of is Meteon, to be honest. She seems cute and innocent, but there's just something about her that seems off. Like maybe her emotions are kind of veiling what's on the outside, what's like really going on. Like the way she comprehends things is just different. And like her outward emotions might not necessarily reflect what's really happening. And I find her behavior kind of strange. And it's not like she's been hovering over us every time that we've gone and talked to somebody, but I wonder how Sphene would act if you managed to piss her off. You know? That's kind of what I'm like feeling is like she seems real nice on the outside, but I'm concerned about what's maybe inside. Feels like she has eyes everywhere, to be honest. Well, she also yeah, it kind of does. Like that this whole place is like her prison and she's like the warden. And like all these people are like brainwashed into like loving her. But they're really like in a prison. Like I'm not really sure how to describe it. Like it just feels off, you know? Feels like she's a cult leader. And like these people are just cult members. Surely she's a sweet being, that Queen Sphene. She's no fiend. Queen Sphene the fiend? What do you mean? She's Sphene the queen. I hate you. She's the jailer. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't trust her. Planned since Warcraft 3. Kindly Sphene. You were drawn here. I kindly Sphene. Yo, it kind of is like that. Look, it's the shadow of the Erd tree right there. She's directing the tour like we're in North Korea. It is yeah, Sriracha, that's a good way of putting it. You know how in like the movie, what was it? The Interview? I know that it's, you know, it's a comedy and all that stuff. But in the movie The Interview, when they're like being shown around and how everything's like perfect. Yeah, our stores are full of produce. But then like later on they find out that it's just a facade, that it's not full of produce. That's kind of what this feels like to me, dude. That like, oh, look at our wonderful place. That's definitely not holding people against their will. I'll be right back. Kind of salty. I just came home from work and missed the whole build up to the zone. It's all side quest filler stuff though, really? True. We're close to meeting my crush. I'm so nervous. Oh my god. What's his name? Just kidding. What's her name? It is probably one of the fucking characters you've been cosplaying. He's really just gotten into the beginnings of the meaty bits. True. I mean the train sequence in the dungeon? Oh yeah, true. The train sequence is pretty cool. And the dungeon was pretty sick too. Yeah. But hey, you're here now, man. Hope you had a good day of work. Now you get to chill, relax, and here we are with Sphene, whoever the fuck this is. Do you hear that? The lightning? Well, you don't hear lightning, I guess you hear the thunder on the lightning, which is just the clap of the light. Anyway. What's happening?
What's happening over there?
It's nearly time.
What's nearly time? What does that mean, ENR? It's time for what? It's time to duel? What is it?
I'm glad you could make it.
Are you with us?
Queen Sphene has come to see you.
Sphene.
We're here, Namika.
Oh.
Everything is going to be all right.
Is this the... Is she just old, or is this the lady that got her...
What's the matter, dear?
No, it was a different person who had her soul pulled out. They got killed. This is her, like, nanny or whatever. Oh, she's got the bracelet still.
It can't be.
She's saying Wu Clamat.
That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Namika, it's me! Wu Clamat!
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end.
Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Soul cells. That's what they're using to sustain themselves. But when their mind degrades, it doesn't do anything anymore.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on in us.
Your memory.
Living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
That's why they inscribe the names on the stones.
Wait! Where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden.
Fuck does that mean?
I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
It's not the end.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
With
Just
what
gonna
we can
say
be
that and then
reasonably
just like
certain of,
just
perhaps.
move on casually from that. Okay.
Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together,
really nice.
these phenomena
That was
strongly
gorgeous.
suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
Right.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
Could have told you that a fucking hour ago. But I didn't really know. Just working with what we had.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could
Fucking
conceivably
huge,
be
dude.
achieved with a void gate, or even with the Crystal Tower.
Is it caused by a
In
fucking
essence,
calamity?
we're dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression.
There you go.
The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining.
Yep. It's a lot of power.
Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding. I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous influence.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
If it uses umbral static barrier.
In other words, Sphene's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
Ah, but of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder. Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs.
Sick.
Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoralja resides.
New city.
That you'd let us in at all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zoralja do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoralja's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm. It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course.
Yeah, that's not foreboding
and
at
ere I
all.
forget, your mother, Kiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
Thunder Yards.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep, anyway. Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
What? We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
Are there memories being stolen away?
How can you not know who she is?
What the fuck is happening?
You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Is that fucking thing siphoning their memories for what the fuck? What is this?
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud.
The fuck? The what? The memories went where?
Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like I kind of talked about something at least pretty similar to this. This technology, dude. Siphoning their fucking consciousness, their memories into a fucking cloud, into a fucking server-based. I wonder if there's, we're going in there, right? I'm going in there, right? We're going in there, right? We're gonna have to go in the cloud and see what's in the cloud, dude. Maybe lots of lightning and rain. I have no idea. This is very unsettling. Yeah, no shit, Alice. Yeah, yep. We'll see how it is with other people. I've never seen nor heard of anything like this before. Yeah, it's fucking, this is terrifying, Manderville. As far as I could tell, Papuane genuinely had no recollection of Namika. Yeah. I need you to see this. You fucking called the cloud back in Urkelpacha because of a single throwaway line? Wait, what? Guth and I were losing our fucking minds? Me and Jay were losing our fucking minds. In Urkelpacha? What was the throwaway line? Do you remember what it was? No going into the cloud tower until you speak with Wuklamot 7 times and talk to 3 villagers you could ask about what said cloud. Play the clip? Do you have a clip? A Moblin or Pelu says the city rests above the clouds. Oh yeah, I remember that. I was like, above the clouds, like a cloud server. It's because I mean, look, it's Final Fantasy. I immediately had a feeling that the Golden City was not literally golden. It usually is more metaphorical, and so in the case of like the Western societies, which clearly didn't have the same technologies as set up by Kona, it seemed pretty evident that they could go the route of like hyper-technological bullshit, you know, via the Golden City. So when they said cloud, I was like, dude, no. There's no way that they fucking just said that. There's no way. There's no way. We're losing our fucking minds, man. Yeah, Jay had messaged me and said, he never would tell me anything. I never asked him, I didn't want to know. But he messaged me and said, you've said some shit that straight up made me like want to ask you, did you like spoil yourself? And I was like, no, dude, no, absolutely not. And I told him the only things that I got spoiled on was when I accidentally opened the category and I saw beefed up Zorolja. So I had a feeling that he was gonna get technoed out, but I didn't really know how or why that was gonna happen. And then what was the other thing? There's one other thing, I can't remember what it was though. Oh, the name of the raid, Arcadion or something like that. But I don't think that was actually a spoiler because they had told us that before, I think. I think they told us that at FanFest. There's been once or twice that you spoiled yourself. You're great at sort of sussing out the less obvious stuff. I just think that every single line is put there for a reason. And so when you have this seemingly offhand remark referring to the concept of a cloud, it's probably just like extremely lucky that I've happened to play games recently, like relatively recently, like Outer Wilds, the DLC for it. Echoes of the Eye, because it's the same concept in that game. You literally like take your consciousness through this sacred flame and connect it to this like dream world afterlife so that you don't have to face the harsh reality of what's happened. So as soon as I thought about, I was thinking like, okay, maybe it was a group of people who was trying to survive through the final days or something, and so they put themselves into like this barriered afterlife that they couldn't ever come out of. And that's basically the premise that we started with and just kind of operated off of that. So please tell me it was clipped because this would be very epic. Oh, I'm sure that it's in the VODs. I'm sure that it's in the Urkelpacha VODs, so I'm sure you could find something. I'm sure you could find it. I feel like the guy should have had more to say in that scene than just, I don't know who that is. I'm going back to work. Since he's still aware that he's caring for others in the town who have not yet passed, he seemed very cold-hearted. Well, I don't think that, I don't know all of what all memories these people have exactly. And I'm not even sure what memories exactly Sphene has anymore. And I'm concerned that it is obviously those mechanisms on their head that are doing that to them. It'd be fucking crazy if Sphene, I'm not saying that this is what I think she is, but it'd be crazy if she was some like fucking some like cyber overlord that's like feeding on the memories of the people, and that's why she protects them, because they're so paramount to her, because they're her power source, dude. She's like the vampire like leeching off of them, but she's disguised as something beautiful and like cute because it's like a Naru? Yeah, bro. Yeah, like a Naru from World of Warcraft. Something crazy like that. That'd be so fucked up. That's what I would do. I'd make the cute, obviously meant to be like to a level unassuming but very assuming, you know. I think that those tropes are funny. I don't mind those. One other question is if technology and memory are intertwined, if she's really acting like the person she was in the past. Well, yeah, I'm not sure that any of them are. I'm not sure that any of them are. I think it's very sus the way that everybody's acting. So Yeah, it's one of the things I like about this game. You just got to pay attention to the like little things, and but we'll see. I still don't think I really fully grasp what's going on here, but the idea of the memories going into the cloud and shit, and the references to souls and the arcane, I think it's relatively clear what's going on here. They could be more caring about the fact that someone died, even if he himself didn't know the person. Yeah, the level of empathy, they seem, that's why I was saying, are these like cyborgs? Are these like real people? Or are they just remnants? Like what are these? And like, what, like, they seem very one-track minded, almost like almost brainwashed or like programmed, you know? And that's what's very concerning to me, is if they were people, they don't really act like normal people anymore. Not to me. They seem kind, but they're weird. They spoke of something called soul cells as well. And it makes you think, if you're using soul cells to like not die, which is probably what was being used to resurrect the guy that I fought earlier that then came back to life and transformed into a fucking snake. He's probably had a soul cell as well, I would imagine. And if you consume the soul of somebody else, I have a feeling that you're probably gonna get some of their memories, or you might take on some of their traits and behaviors. I feel like I've kind of seen that before. So yeah, Xander, the snake skinner, or whatever the fuck his name was. I haven't watched the WoW show yet. I'll be watching that tomorrow. Tomorrow's all WoW stuff. It'll be a hype day. If you can, be around for that. It'll be sick. So WoW and FF are kind of playing the same theme for their stories, memories and stuff. Yeah, I think inevitably a lot of roads lead back to the same place. And that's what fractals in media and literature are. Repeating, outwardly expanding themes, spectrums of color, and ideas that replicate, and they exist in all media. It's why that I believe if you can understand symbolism in media, you can predict damn near anything. I can, look, guys, I'm not trying to brag, but like when I watch movies now, they do symbolism as like one of the main vessels of storytelling in movies because it's so visual. So if you just recognize the symbolism, little things put here and there, like you can usually predict whatever it is that you're watching, whatever it is that you're interacting with. It's all patterns. It's all replications of things that have been done before. It's not an accident that so many mythologies, for instance, have a sun god, you know? It's not an accident that there's often a moon goddess or something as well. So if you learn about those patterns in really everything, it's pretty much in everything, then you can divine, so to speak, what could happen. Yeah, that's all it is. Same thing I do in World of Warcraft. That's very true. My family gets mad because I can predict the endings. Just got to know what to look for. Silly part, and it's a learned skill. I think it is. Like, it's not something I like. Oh, I've always been able to just predict movies and in games. That's definitely not true. It's definitely a learned skill. Something that, for me, has only happened because of just what I do for YouTube. It just happens to be like the same thing. Stories often reflect a culture's exploration of its current philosophies and problems and conflicts with the previous generation's philosophies. That's very well said. Yeah, iterations are often trying to do better than what was previously done, right? This concept of raising new generations for a lot of people. It's the whole point of it. A lot of people would say is to teach them the things that we were too ignorant and angry to realize, and hope that they cannot make the same mistakes that we did. That's why I rarely consume media anymore. I know it's going to happen in the first 20 minutes usually. Yeah, it depends on what it is. Some stuff is real good. Like Shogun, very, very good. And let me tell you, the foreshadowing and the hinting is there. And I'm pretty fucking good, but I still could not predict what was going on in that. That show is unfucking believable. If you are one of those people that's like, yeah, I'm a fucking big brain, I figured it out quick or whatever, if you haven't seen that, you should check that show out, because I think that that's one that is ultimately very fulfilling as something that's incredibly difficult to fucking predict. I think, anyway. There's a couple key moments that it's just so visceral and convincing that you just... It's just, yeah, it's crazy. I think it's satisfying to pick up on foreshadowing. Doesn't take away from it. I would agree. They put it there for a reason. I mean, why else? You gotta think about it this way. Foreshadowing in games and movies and all forms of media, that doesn't happen by accident, typically. They're doing it on purpose. It's fun. You lay the breadcrumbs, and that's how you have continuity, and that's how you know, that's the point. I think at the end of the day, people who create those things would love and want for people to pick up on that stuff, because that's the whole reason they put it there. They're not putting it there so that they know the story. They wrote the fucking story. They put it there for you. So foreshadowing is much better than a plot twist that just happens because. I agree. And that's why I like Final Fantasy a lot, is because you can use all of the events of the past, and the continuity of the usage of those events carries over to new ideas. And I think that is the most refreshing, satisfying thing. It's why the narrative of this game is so fucking good, is because if you pay attention to the building blocks, they will matter later. Like 100% it will matter. What you learn in A Realm Reborn is just built upon in Heavensward, and what is foreshadowed there is literally revealed in fucking Shadowbringers, which is like what the fuck? So, you know, the whole 12 raid thing was foreshadowed in the cutscenes in Shadowbringers. That's, you know, I go through that cutscene, I'm like, that's Vana, and then I start counting, I'm like, how many of the others are there? I start counting them all. I'm like, there's 12 other people. I'm like, wait a second. We've never met the followers of Vana. Are these the 12? It's like they put it there. So you just gotta think about it like that. It's a fun time. That aspect was really strong in this expansion, yeah. I think they've done a lot of foreshadowing. And a lot of breadcrumb stuff, a lot of nice little turn of phrase here and there. Yeah, it's been really good. It's why, you know, even for all my gripes about certain narrative aspects, I'm still really enjoying Dawntrail. So it continues that theme of continuity and acceptable predictability, because it is consistent in the themes that it portrays. The thing I love most about FF storytelling is that a continuous theme in all expansions is the defiance of nihilism and the celebration of finding meaning and hope. There are so many doomers these days, and it's exhausting. Continuous theme in all expansions is the defiance of nihilism and the celebration of finding meaning and hope. Oh. That's profound, bro. You got a license for fucking poetry spitting that hot, bro? What's going on? This man is up here delivering spoken word, bro. Well, it becomes an unnecessary plot twist if you miss the foreshadowing, which is scattered everywhere in the story, from random dialogues to NPCs to yellow quests. That's right. So it's advised to take your time and explore? Of course. That's exactly what we do. Is that a weed brownie? I fucking sure hope not. Fuck, I hope not. Doesn't taste like one. You obviously, you know if it is, so no, it's not. But it is a brownie with chocolate chips and walnuts, which was pretty fucking good. Overall, it's more of what's good about this game. Just back to square one in terms of storytelling, a new chapter. That's Camus's philosophy, finding your own meaning in a meaningless world. I think when you can find your own meaning, you can live with conviction for that, whatever that meaning is. And as long as it's good-spirited and, you know, not, you know, malicious intent, I think that's like the penultimate fucking way to like experience your life. Living with some kind of true purpose for yourself. And mine was strangely found in video games and storytelling and stuff like that. But there's many different ways that it can exist. Everybody's different, you know? The Banal philosophy? One must imagine Sisyphus happy. They left quite a few places they can go, but they need to start making raids mandatory so Panda and Eden can be more involved than MSQ. don't know about making it mandatory. I quite like the closed raid storylines. And I think that a lot of players, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe since it's more difficult this expansion, this is less the case, but I think a lot of people do the normal mode raids. I know they're a little harder this time around, but I think a lot of people do them. Not that hard. Like the first time through is really not like that hard. There's much harder content in this game. I think extremes are harder than normal mode raids for the most part, but you know, it depends on which ones you're talking about. But I don't know, I think a lot of players in this game can do the raids. I think it's doable. They're not too punishing. You get a shitload of reses and stuff, you know? And honestly, bro, I think that a lot of people, this is such a generalization, but I think there's a lot of fucking gamers in this game, dude. Like, there's always, you know, mediocre, like, bad players or whatever, but I think there's a lot of fucking gamers in this game. A lot of the people that are in our groups, a lot of the people that join my groups, they're bangers. They do big damage. But we have a paintbrush, so we do it bigger. I think it's the only raid that should be mandatory at the moment is Eden. Yeah, we've talked about that on stream before as well, of like, what if they did make it mandatory, because the restoration of the empty is a pretty fucking big deal. And what Gaia is a pretty big deal. I don't know. The new raids also have absolute bangers, maybe even my new favorite FF14 track, period. Oh, damn. That's pretty high praise right there. Gaia's also a big point for that. Yeah. Gaia showing up in Endwalker post-patch is kind of leaning to that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Dude, there's been so much that's happened, I just can't even remember it. Maybe I've been uploading my memories to the cloud, bro, and I didn't even know it. Maybe that's what's been happening, bro. All of our memories that we forget in life, they go to a cloud server. That way when we die, we wake up from this simulation that we're all in, and then we have to look at all the memories and realize the lessons to be learned from life. And if you don't pass the test, you go back in for another round. Who knows, bro? Tough scenes out here if you get it wrong. I want the fruits with the 13th. We've sown bear fruit in some big way. Oh, that would be nice. Well, fuck, I'm screwed. I hope technology got so advanced for Alexandria, they went back to low poly grapes. Careful you don't upload too much or you'll need to buy more storage. Oh god, dude, you'll be paying Sphene for monthly cloud storage. You gotta get 5 gigabytes. We're running out of cloud storage. Pretty much spiritualism. From now on, if I forget something, I'm gonna tell people that the cloud stole it. They did eventually make the Crystal Tower raid mandatory. They should bring back that theme. Yeah. I think of all the raids to make mandatory, I would say, I don't know, dude. Pandemonium's pretty nuts too, in terms of La Habrea and early ARR and the Heart of Sabik and all that stuff. That's pretty nuts. Old man Yellow Cloud. They should just delete CT instead. No! They made it mandatory because Graha? Yeah. That's a good, yeah, it's probably a good, probably a big reason. Buys cloud storage from Sphene, fills it with memes. I'm gonna tell you this right now, if I go into the cloud and I find that little bastard, what's his name? From 7 Rebirth? Chadley? If I find that little bastard Chadley in the cloud, we're gonna have serious problems. Hey, Cloud. Oh, you're not Cloud. There's a data tower nearby. Not Cloud. On the cloud. They only made CT mandatory after Shadowbringers launch, probably for continuity's sake, yeah. My goodness. If they make Panda mandatory, then Naomi and I will lose our fucking minds because we will know why. You think for Ultima? high seraph, or for you think because of the stone? Do you think because of the heart of Sabik, or do you think because relaying of information to Azem? Why do you think that? Sounds like a collab for part 3. Stop, you're giving me Chadley PTSD. Chadley's a good bean. Yeah? Dude, I would definitely fuck with some Genova white and black aura sight type shit. I would fuck with that, dude. Space aliens on a fucking meteorite, bring it. Manderville expansion, yes. Bring in the aliens, bring in Genova, bring in the Sephiroth, break glass, fight. Just do it, okay? Just fucking do it, okay? And then do Manderville on their home planet. Or they show up on spaceships too. More spaceships. How about we go to their shard and that's where that happens. We find Midgar, city of Mako. Oh my god, we find the original golden saucer. We find out that the golden saucer is in fact an interplanetary device. Interstellar ship. Interdimensional ship. Capable of traversing between shards. Would Sephiroth be a samurai or a dark knight? He would be a badass. That's what he would be. I don't think you can assign a class to him. A job. Sephiroth versus Hildebrand. Hildebrand and Brandahild teaming up to fight Sephiroth and Cloud. Is that what they call it, a saucer? Golden saucer was the Manderville spaceship? That's what I'm saying. That's another thing I called, by the way. I fucking told you guys the Mandervilles were aliens. I fucking knew it. I knew those motherfuckers were aliens, and I was fucking right. I could not believe it, dude. When they went into Endwalker, starting the fucking alien arc, that broke my mind. I love Manderville, dude. It's one of my favorite things in this game. It's so goofy. The early days of Manderville are tough, but then it becomes really good. So I've been going for almost 7 hours. Getting a little tired here. I think I might continue more on Friday, or I could play a little bit more. I don't know. What do you think? Should I go a little further, chat? Do you think ceruleum comes from the Manderville planet? No, Jay made me think that ceruleum comes from the ethereal sea. A wee bit more? Go a little further? Okay. Let's go meet some people. What's going on? How could Pepoana suddenly forget about Namika? It's as if he never knew her. Could the same thing have happened to others as well, I wonder? There's only one way to find out. Let's make inquiries about Namika in the area. We can reconvene afterwards at the Aetheryte. At the Aetheryte. This is not going to go well. I'd say at least finish the quest, maybe the next one too. Okay. My eyes just start to sting. I'm not actually that tired. It's actually just my eyes, to be honest with you. I could probably keep gaming. Keep gaming. An old woman named Namika. I'm afraid I don't know that person. I'm sorry I couldn't be of any help. Oh, fuck. This is not good. If memories are tied to ether, oh yeah, we learned that in like Baja and shit, didn't we? That like memories are into their a non-corporeal ether or something like that. So if this place is like feeding off their ether of their memories, I feel like that's yeah, it's probably not so good. Not so good. The fact that it's umbral static is interesting. I wonder if that's what was outside the barrier or if that's what the barrier itself is made of. And if it's made of that, then perhaps umbral static is actually opposite to whatever occurred on that reflection. And so that would be like what astral, what the fuck would the opposite of that be? Ice? Astral ice? Which shard was destroyed by ice? Which reflection was that? Didn't we learn that in Anabasios? Fifth, I think. 17th. It was the 19th, my lord.
19th! It was 71st, my lord! Pick number 3!
What do we got in here? Caregiving resident. How fares your new Everkeep assignment?
That looked like a brain. Why that kind of look like a brain, though?
What you drinking? Where's your food? Do you eat normal food? What do you guys eat? Star Wars ass decor? Seriously. You sleep? Do you have beds? That's not a bed. That kind of looks like a bed or an operating table. What the fuck is this? You guys sleep? They just drink monsters all day? Yo, but actually though, what the fuck? I think that's their bed, but that looks terrible. That's like what a fucking android would sleep on. Are these even the real... What if these aren't real people? What if these are all just dummy bodies that are connected, tethered to the cloud? And their consciousnesses are actually in the cloud. Like, holy. And their bodies are long gone. I'm just so concerned if these are just attached to them or if they're whole ass bodies, bro. I just don't know. I don't know yet. I think they might just be attached to them. I don't know. I do recall caring for someone until recently, and you say that it was a woman named Namika? Well, I can't say for certain if it was her. I wouldn't worry. I'm sure she's just been taken up to the cloud. I don't like this. Is this guy going to talk about his Everkeep assignment? Okay. This is so sketchy, it's not even funny. Yeah. Nothing to worry about. Note to self, buy tarps. Lots of tarps. And bug repellent. We really don't want an oglop infestation. What's that? Do I know a Namika? Never met anyone by that name, and I've worked at the outskirts for a good while now. If she'd spent time here, I would remember. Like as not, this Namika is up in the cloud. Is the cloud the afterlife part then? I mean, it would have to be in the case of like, that's where the memories and consciousness are going. That's... So there's a whole nother space within a space here that we have not seen yet. Got the IP address for this cloud? Not yet. So it was the same for everyone. Not a single person remembers Namika. It's as if the memory of her has been purged from their minds. While such a thing might be done with magic, to alter the memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. We would have felt a surge of ether corresponding to the act, too. And I sensed none in that moment. Neither did I, but I did notice something else. Right before Popona seemingly forgot, light in the device on his head began to blink. Could there be a connection? Someone also said something about soul cells. But who might we ask about this? If we continue making such inquiries, I expect we would only cause confusion. Indeed, if we can't readily solve the mystery about Namika, perhaps we could search for Kafwiwe instead. Sphene said to try the Thunder Yards. True. It should be in this direction. Let's go check it out, dude. The fuck is that? Is that a fucking cat? The fuck is that? What the fuck? Is that even a fucking cat? Unidentified floating object. A UFO. Impossible! The fuck is that? It's a weird fucking cat. Ma, there's a weird fucking cat outside! It looks like Grandma, the fucking thing! Another kind of mechanical soldier? It looks dangerous. We'd better destroy it. What do you mean it looks dangerous? Ah! It's a floating TV. That's what I call direct TV. Apparently they have that in whatever shard this is. The 5th or the 12th or whatever the fuck is going on. Should we give chase? You get one of those TVs as a mount when you level all combat classes to 100? Oh, fuck. I think I understood it. I think it understood our words. It might be worth asking it some questions. Yeah, if we can fucking catch that thing. Aaronville, are you all right? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing. I'm fine. Well, it went off in the direction we're headed anyway. So let's try to track it down. Get that shit. Someone asked me earlier what I'm drinking. I'm drinking water. Out of a water bottle. Good old H2O, brother. We must purge all distributors of the peas. Purge. Purge. Yeah, track it down. Follow its footsteps. Yeah, as it floats away. Water, like from the toilet. Yeah. Yeah, like from the toilet. Yeah. Ever keep war? We're serious again? What in the Matrix is going on here? Just being abducted by aliens? That's all. Light work. Nothing but birds over here. Following a UFO in my UFO. No sign of it over here. No sign of any UFOs, huh? That guy always just stand there? It's kind of creepy. It's kind of weird. I don't like it. I don't trust it. That voice. Could it be? Uh-oh. Is that your digitized mom? What the fuck was that? This place in general is kind of creepy. Yeah, it looks like a fucking prison. I don't like it at all. Use the Omicron TV mount so you can blend in and sneak up on it. That's a good idea. Is this a follow quest? You found it? I just went up there in a cave. To the northeast. That it must be bound for the mines. Come on then. It could be a trap. So let's not rush in too quickly.
It's a trap! From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspire to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh, as though it will not decay and fail you.
40k is pretty metal, dude.
Pretty sick.
Damn, big lightning. The stones in those crates. Could it be turquoise?
Damn, look at that texture. Damn.
There's not a stretched pixel on that bitch.
God damn.
I think it's safe to assume it went into the mines. An old coal mine? It appears to have long since been abandoned, like so many other places. So it went in here? I heard faint voices coming from inside. So it's not alone, but we're still going in, of course. This may be a trap. Be ready for a fight, everyone. I don't think so. I read that as mechanomes. Oh, hey guys. It would appear no one has worked these tunnels in quite some time. Turquoise. I don't remember a place in the source that had turquoise mines, but I feel like maybe if you were aware, you could make a connection here? I'm not sure. I'm not worried. We've had to improvise countless times before, after all. This tunnel just keeps going. A device made with electro. Seems to be the only one here.
Box. Open box.
I can hear them. Several people up ahead. I can't make out their conversation with the echoing. Let's keep going. Stay on your guard. Everyone shut the fuck up. We gotta sneak. Oh, the music here is not a good sign. Can I have it? Is this gonna be voiced? Surely it will be, right? It took you so long to get over here. Hello.
What is this?
Aaronville!
What? It is a fucking trap. Wait.
A trap?
These people aren't wearing things on their heads, though. Put your weapons down. Don't fight them.
It really is you!
Oh my god, she's really in there.
Huh?
Who?
I just had to get a look at you in the light. And I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Olympia!
Oh no.
My darling, what now?
Yeah, Wukoma really said huh there?
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun. But what are you doing here? What brings you all this way?
Fussy little bun, huh? Fussy little bun?
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
I know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Galoo Jaja's kitten? I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Alexandria was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play.
Oh my god.
You remember me, I hope?
I can't say that I do. You know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kiwa.
I'm sorry?
Interesting.
Oh, this won't do. Come in! Friends of my Alexandria are always welcome.
All I ask is a little forewarning, but no.
Oh, all of a sudden there's a bunch of them. What the fuck? The feeling
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place, how are things still getting stranger?
Buckle up. Ooh, this like distorted radio sounding song. This is very Garlemald sounding. Ooh, it's like a lo-fi beat, dude. What the fuck? I wasn't expecting that. At this point, I doubt anything could possibly surprise me. Buckle up! Erenville's mother is a floating machine. Right. That makes about as much sense as everything else thus far. The Allegans had machines that could be controlled remotely. Is she using something similar to communicate with us? Perhaps. We're ready to hide in a heartbeat. Sure were, Thancred.
This is Thancred.
Wayakwe? Oh, hello. Hello. That's a big radio. Have to stay vigilant at all times. Still some life left in this. Some life left in it, huh? It's powered by life energy, drawn from the soul. This is all fucked up, dude. Their shit's all powered by fucking life. It's the Burning Legion, bro. It's the Titans. They just use souls to power their machines. Always too much excitement with her. Sorry for drawing our weapons on you. Nostalgia? If it's any consolation, this is all rather confusing to us as well. Hey, what's that? Big wall. Interesting. Kiwa. What'd she say? Come, make yourselves comfortable. Let me go get them. I can't say I understand what's going on, but at least Kiwa's safe. As far as I can tell, this is indeed my mother. I can think of few people in the world quite so spirited. But as to what's happened, we'll need to ask her. On the cloud. Gone and forgotten. Erenville is conflicted by this long-fated reunion. Let's hear what she has to say. Voiced most assuredly, right? No. Yes? No? Yes? Please? It better be. It will be. It's so wonderful to meet you all. You too. And the students of Baldessian. It's been a while since I heard that name. Dare I ask the reason for your appearance? Oh, this? It's just a body that I control remotely. That's good, right? I use this for our operations. Wait a second. Does all the bodies look like that, or do some of them just look like normal people? Because you got people in here that don't have that thing on them. If you're using it as a remote thing, it doesn't necessarily mean you have a physical body. You could just be in the cloud. And so now you're using it like that. So is your body's gone then, or what? We're members of a resistance organization. Oblivion, we call ourselves. One of the best Elder Scrolls games of all time. And our goal is to thwart Zoraljaw's ambitions for conquest. As the leader, it's prudent that I remain where I can't be easily found. I see. Whimsical appearances notwithstanding, yours is a serious case. Serious cause. Right you are, though truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different purpose. And that is? As I expect you've already noticed, everything you see within this dome, the buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet, is a fusion of two worlds. Are we in an altogether different space then? Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission. Or are they actually just bridged together like a rejoining? Or that's like a different, actually. Then does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. This was a long time ago, and our mission statement has become more of a legend that's passed down to members. By the time we joined, our sole objective was stopping Zoraljah. But we failed to do that. And now he's taken his army outside the dome.
Pray, return to the fused waking stones.
Thanks, Funny Gen Man, for the 29-month resub there. Pray return to the fused waking stones. None of you wear those strange devices on your head. Does that have something to do with your work? Oh, so it is just a device that goes on them. Okay, I see. That's good, right? You mean this? It's a regulator. The pinnacle of electrope technology. And that we don't wear it is indeed related to our operations. What exactly does it do? Allow me to explain. Guy's name's Geode. Regulators have two primary functions. The first, as the name suggests, is the regulation of the wearer's reserve of souls. Should they die, the regulator expends a soul to bring them back to life. Reserve? You mean people walk around carrying spare souls? They do. Souls are packaged in cells, and they can be used to replenish the life force that's lost due to sudden death, such as in accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age, though. Okay. Distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation, to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilling their duties. Oh, that's fucking... Oh, here we go, dude. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, boy. Souls as a common resource, and payment for services rendered. Yeah. Soul slaves, dude. Yikes. The Voidsent practice of consuming others for their ether comes to mind. And similarly, I expect that the act comes with some risk. Yeah. I knew this was gonna come up, dude. Melding of souls. And memories, feelings, personality traits, and sometimes one wins out over the other. Wonder what that means for two-souled beings. Shit, boss. Not in 14, but in 4. Shit, boss. Fuck that, boss. Fuck you, Zeromus. Fucking bitch. Fucking hated that gimmick-ass fucking dumbass shit. Doesn't it dilute your sense of self? Wouldn't the consciousness of others corrupt your own? That is prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. Memory management? Then the reason everyone has forgotten Namika's existence... The regulators are constantly recording the memories of their wearer, so if they should suddenly die, their memories can be refreshed as part of the restoration process. This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulators are also triggered when someone else dies. Reason being is that regulators forcibly extract memories relating to the deceased from anyone wearing one. Holy fuck. When they die, they don't even get to live on through memory. Why would they do such a thing? It's a kindness bestowed upon the people by Everkeep's core system, so that no one has to suffer the pain of loss. So, this is what is meant by their memories being in the cloud. Indeed. All memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of the people and archived in the system. It's a frightening function of the regulators, and an integral step in soul cell production. You see, When a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed within the regulator. It's then delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the soul. The result is a fresh soul cell, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. Yikes. Fitting that it's colored white. Yeah, and it's got chromatic color through it. I don't know if you can see that. Yikes, dude. They picked a rather disturbing emote for that, and they did that 100% on purpose. Pearlescence, yeah. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system, to be remembered forever. And who has access to the core system if not the Queen? And this is why people are happy here. On its surface, it's similar to the Yokui philosophy, but I see nothing noble or comforting in it. Yeah, Theta Criterion. Yep. This is why Pepoane was acting so blasé? Blasé? I don't know how to say that word. About Namika's death. Nobody here has any concept of what death means. Nobody personally knows anyone who's died. Yeah, it's fine. This is fucked up. Well, it doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. All comes down to what you're used to, I suppose. Like the barrier encasing Alexandria. This system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Amidst the mounting death toll, scientists used Electrope to devise a means to save what lives they could, so that the nation could endure. I understand the people of Alexandria did what they did what they believed was best to save their people. I just find it hard to believe the Turali would also accept this way of living. It came as a shock to us as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. Which is why the use of regulators was never compulsory. People have always been free to go without them, if they so wish. Sphene didn't strike me as the sort of ruler to impose her will on others. Ah, so you've already met. She's the one who suggested we come to the Thunder Yards in the first place. She also said she wants to help us stop Zoral Ja. Awfully kind of her to point you in my direction, and to speak so candidly as well. Whatever her motives, she's given the people a choice. Live with the risk of true death, or the security of the regulators. Everything that lives must someday die. That is the natural order of things. Quite right. But however you feel about them, it would be easier to understand what the regulators are capable of if you saw it for yourself. I know just the person to show you, and as luck would have it, they should be starting work right about now. Who are we going to see, exactly? Come with me, and you'll find out. Those are often the kinds of people you need to watch out for. If she's not imposing her will forcefully, she's probably manipulating it. At least people who are just forcefully imposing their will are easy to predict and understand. People who veil their intentions and what they do behind guile and trickery are much more difficult to deal with. Like Ranger. The greatest evil is the one that masks itself as good, after all. Take care not to get struck by lightning out there. One fellow reckoned you could dodge them by jumping back the instant there's a flash, but that's crazy if you ask me. That's a definite FF10 reference, dude. Yeah. That's a definite Thunder Plains reference, dude. That's sick. Dude, that's so sick. I literally pictured it in my head when he said it. That's so cool. Firearms make the most sense for people who don't have combat training like us. That's why we salvage as many as we can from the mechanical soldiers and convert them for our use. Nostalgia's my twin sister. I was wondering. Like most people, we both used to wear regulators, but, well, let's just say a lot happened. Is that reference why we don't have Blitzball yet? Pain. No Blitzball. To alter the memories of the populace with such precision is no small feat. Yeah, what is guiding and handling that? You know, a supercomputer? Like, what? I'm sorry, but I just can't accept the idea of using souls as a resource. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. We're to see how the regulators work, but how? So those regulators are to blame for everyone forgetting Namika, forgetting what a wonderful person she was. Maybe we can restore their memories, though, if they're being stored in a cloud. Everyone here? Good. It's the responsibility of the Thunderyard's hunters to fell any fiends found wandering the area. We're to meet an acquaintance of mine, Strika. Is it Strika or Strika? And one of these hunters. Oh shit. It's fucking good. Of course Jay is here for this. Why am I even surprised? What do you mean? My second girlfriend? Well, now... gone. This is your second girlfriend here? Your wifey poo? Okay. What do you think this is in this box? I'm guessing food. Blue Clement. I'm not so sure they actually eat food here. Judging by its name, I take it this facility is for gathering lightning energy. Electric potential? Yeah, probably. Striker will show you what life can be like wearing a regulator. Let's get this over with. While I'm not blind to the potential benefits of these regulators, the risks inherent in giving another party the power to alter your memories cannot be overstated. Never mind the ethical considerations of using souls in such a fashion. Given the opportunity, I should very much like to study Electrope on behalf of the students. Wonder what Galuf would say about that. Let Galuf be in the fucking cloud, dude. Or some memories of him or something, that'd be cool. Here we go. Kafkiwa. How the fuck do you say it again? Kafwiwa? Kafwiwe? How the fuck do you say it? Yeah, the students, Sid, Nero, and all of the Charlian would want to study Electrope, probably. Yeah. Kafkiwa? 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 FF would be so much better if instead of cat girls, we had wolf girls or kitsunes. Kafkiwa, what are you doing here? And with so many friends? Apologies for the interruption, but I was hoping they might observe you at work. Hunting, you mean? That's fine, I guess. Hold on, I assumed they were wearing special regulators like Queen Sphene's crown. But they aren't wearing anything at all. It's much too dangerous to be here without one. What if they're struck by lightning? Or attacked by beasts? I can assure you they're all quite capable of looking after themselves. If anything should go amiss, I will take full responsibility. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Danger aside, there isn't really much to see. Kafkiwa said you're a hunter, but wouldn't it be easier for those mechanical soldiers to guard this place? It would. If not for the fact they're weak to lightning. The Thunderyard being what it is, they've been ordered to steer clear. Some good they are, eh? But these facilities are vital to the upkeeping of Alexandria's infrastructure. So it falls to hunters like me to deal with any fiends. Given the danger, we're well compensated for our work. It's a perfect profession for anyone looking to build up savings. The special selection of souls for hunters isn't terrible either. You get special selection? I brought this lot here to see this danger you speak of, if it's not too much trouble to ask. Savings, yeah, the way they talk about it is twisted. Ah, of course. In which case, it'd be a shame to waste my efforts on just any old beast. You all can handle yourselves in a fight, right? If you cause a ruckus slaying what critters you see nearby, there's a chance you'll draw out something worthy of a demonstration. Why is that always the premise? That's twice now. They get the Wagyu souls, dude. I'm not sure I understand, but I suppose we should each slay what we can. She wants you to spawn an S rank? My fussy little bun was never any good at fighting, and this body of mine isn't suited to it either. We leave this work in your capable hands. Give him some of this electro-techy shit that you got. Electrope shit. I'm afraid I must leave the fighting to you. Of course you will, you fucking pussy. Always making me fight because you pretend you don't know how. I think your mom says that you're not good at fighting either. I guess that there is that, but I kind of wanted to see you draw blades. You know? Kind of wanted to see that. It's okay, though. It's okay. I respect it. I respect it. But what's good? Yo, dab me up. Whack! There we go. Oh, see that stunt right there, dude? Shit. Things have somehow gone from bad to worse. Indeed, they have. Oh. Okay. More. Oh, I should probably use my things. I always forget to do this. American greeting versus Japanese smacks face. He did throw shit to summon dinosaurs. What the fuck? What the fuck? The fuck is that, dude? Fucking hideous. This one will do nicely. One-eyed joy. We'll help you. It's fine, really. I've faced worse. Just watch. I don't like the looks of this. Let us help. Oh no. Look out. Ah! Well, it's like we all knew, but she's not dead. Don't worry, she ain't dead. 12 preserve. She needs healing. No, she doesn't, Alice. She didn't dodge. Bad Souls player. Yeah, she has no idea where her iframes are, dude. That was embarrassing. The bastard caught me off guard. Yeah, it's kind of disturbing that you just, like, wasted a soul to do that. Like, what the fuck just happened? Like... Are you mad? Seriously, let us help! I told you not to worry. This will only take a moment. Oh, she's doing the hero pose. This gives like major Oversoul vibes to me, bro. Same thing we saw Zoral Ja use. Yup, just like Zoral Ja. Come on, let's get out of here. That's also a function of the regulator? Did she just get overclocked? Go get her. That's funny. I think I understand now how Zoral Ja was able to return from the dead and defeat Papa. But I'm not sure what we saw at the end there. As soon as the regulator turned red, it was as if you were possessed. Your movements became beast-like. Don't tell me. You empowered yourself with the soul of a beast, like that snake guy. I'm reminded of the serpentine soldier we encountered at Vanguard who did the same. Indeed. So you've crossed paths with one of the King's elite. Such a form can only be achieved from gorging yourself on souls. So they can transform into... I wonder if that implies anything about the Ancients' transformations that they did. Gorefiend vibe? Oh yeah. We could do the same in theory, but it's incredibly dangerous. Besides, it's not as if they'd allow hunters to carry that many souls to begin with. Well, I should be getting back to work. Take care. And there you have it. Regulators can be loaded with two kinds of souls. Those of peoples and those of beasts. Interesting. The souls of people can be used to grant the user preternatural strength. Naturally, they can also be used to ensure no one suffers an untimely death. And what about the souls of beasts? They work much in the same fashion, imbuing you with the strength of the chosen animal. If, for example, you use the soul of a wolf, you would grow more agile and feral, as you saw with Strika. Is it Strika or Strika? I feel like Strika is like more feminine sounding and makes more sense as a name. She's a monk? I mean, Strika, I get it. I'm just... Is it Strika? Her whole bit just tells me they treat souls like Oh, of course. Yeah, they just treat it like... They don't respect it at all. You want to know why? They don't respect the souls that they're consuming because they don't have any memories of death. They don't respect what death is, so they don't value life. That's the thing here. I feel like that's the allegory that they're going for here, is that because they've been robbed of any meaning or memory of death, they don't value life at all. What does it even matter? It's just currency. It's just fodder. Definitely reminded me a lot of our WoW discussions. Yeah. Yep. Souls as currency, as a fucking resource. That's how I think the Titans kind of see us in World of Warcraft. We're forced into this matrix, and they attempt to use us as soul fuel. But we have willpower, free will, and we're breaking out of it. They built a system in which nothing but fractals and similar events can occur. And in World of Warcraft, I think the significance of the player is that as an extension of Azeroth's will, we are not part of the design. We are something that is not native to the design, if you will, something that has the capability of escaping the design. And I'll be talking about that a lot tomorrow. But she got injured just now. Did the souls from the regulator reconstruct grievous injuries? That's what I was kind of wondering, is like any bodily harm, is that just... Is this like a full Phoenix down? Like, what do they call that? Like full-blown revive? Like any injuries you sustain are just like not a thing? Yeah, because it doesn't say that it makes them impervious to damage. It just, they can be revived. So, using several at the same time. Using several of the same type at once, however, would result in physical changes. Your teeth might become fangs, your nails, claws. Too many and you'll become more beast than man. Changing one's form through the souls of other beings becomes more and more reminiscent of Void Scent. Yet, unlike the Void, where the cycle of death and rebirth is simply broken, souls here are forcibly taken before they might reach the ethereal sea. Different means to achieve similar ends. A cycle to which all within the dome are bound. This is wrong. This is all wrong. It is indeed hard to accept, being so far removed from our own beliefs. Perhaps more shocking is that the technology to achieve all this was developed hundreds of years ago. Oh my god, fuck you. Okay, we're just quoting Emmett Selk now, huh? We're just directly quoting him? The civilizations and the reflections are surprising indeed. Nice. Gotta throw that in there. At least we're not doing a flashback of him saying it. Yeah, he lives on through the memory, doesn't he? Graha remembers. So if the souls don't go to the sea, would that explain the barren landscape? Yeah, it's almost, again, it's very similar to Midgar, because Midgar is basically stealing the soul essence of the life stream and processing it to power all of their shit. So even though this is big FF9 theme, this is big FF7 undertones, if you ask me. They're robbing the land of any natural cycle, and as a result, yeah, it's probably fucked the land. And so that when them just sapping it, you know, not good. Not good. Sphene speaks of lived experiences that suggest she's far older than she appears. Considering the power of these regulators, perhaps it's not so far-fetched. I've never seen it for myself, but it's said that if a beast's soul is potent enough, a single soul is enough to induce a monstrous transformation. Oh fuck, dude, that's really scary to think about. What kind of beast? What if you had like a fragment of... Never mind. I understand this is part of their culture, but it's no less disconcerting. When Emmett Selk spoke of surprising civilizations and other reflections, I wonder if he had Alexandria in mind. Having seen the beauty of the ethereal sea firsthand, I simply can't accept what they've done here in Alexandria. BRB taking the soul of a double S rank. While we all have our thoughts on souls, for now the important thing is we know what power Zoral Ja has at his disposal. It is one thing to separate corporeal ether from incorporeal ether, but to strip memories from the soul entirely is unprecedented technology. Well, didn't Kairos do that? This is no longer only Turialal's concern. With his newfound power, Zoraal has become a real threat to the entire world. Oh, it deleted them. It didn't really separate them. It didn't strip them. It like overwrote them or deleted them entirely, basically. I see the difference. In this case, they're separated and used as a resource, right? Where it's like, that's not what Kairos did. Indeed, he has to be stopped, no matter the cost. Gone and forgotten. The worth of a soul. Dome breaker. Holy shit. I get the title Dome Breaker. That's fucking hilarious to me. I'm a fucking dome breaker, alright, dude.